Welcome back to Kwesi Bowl TV. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition. Today's LFC Vibes tonight. We're just going to be discussing anything and everything about LFC. Guys, share, subscribe, like, notification bell, get our names out there, put the subs up, put the likes up. You know, we're trying to get to the 100 subs. And then we move on. So thank you again. But let's move on. LFC played, I believe we had Norwich today in the Carabao Cup, which was pretty entertaining for the neutral. Club did quite a bit of, as expected, quite a bit of changes in the lineup. I was surprised to see some people, but eventually we heard the reason why. But we think our lineup was Kelleher, that was expected. Bradley was a shock. Then there was Ibu, Gomez, and Simicas as the back four. I was expecting Nat Phillips to start, you know, and then kind of give Ibu a break, but apparently Klopp wants him to get as much game time as possible. So he had him and Gomez playing, and they were pretty good pair actually. Then the midfield was Jones, Keita, and Ox. I was expecting Ox, I was expecting Jones, but I was not expecting Keita. You know, we all know why, but nothing to do with his skill. However, what we heard was Milner has fallen ill, so it was a last-minute decision for Klopp to allow Keita to sub in for Milner. And then the front three was Gordon, which I was expecting, Origi, and Taki. So the lineup was pretty, you know, same 4-3-3, and we were expecting a lot of changes. And I was quite happy that some of the major, you know, the heavyweights were not even at the game. So Klopp don't even get the, you know, get that chance of being tempted to pull somebody in case things are not going right. But there was Hendo, there was Robo, who was also on the bench. So it was pretty mixture of under 23s and senior players, and also guys who are not getting enough match time, you know. So, but the game started well. LFC started pretty, you know, the passing, the press, the runs, you know, the transition between, you know, positions, and then the defense was pretty solid. We started pretty well. The game was exactly how we wanted to do, controlling the midfield, controlling the pace of the tempo of the game, which because of that, we got a corner kick. Guess what? Origi flicks it. I think he tried to go for it, but eventually he flicks it. And then guess who's there? Taki, sharp, you know? And this is what I was talking about on my review on Sunday about how Klopp has told these guys to be sharp and alert, because if you watch the goal, Taki's goal is almost identical as Mane's. He was right there at the right place at the right time. You know, maybe there's something new that Klopp is, you know, they are mentality monsters. So there's something new that he's driving to them, telling them that I need somebody to be present just in case a goalie spills something, or a defender or somebody spills something in the box. So it was pretty good, you know, pretty happy for the man. Taki, you know, the man has also been, you know, we haven't seen him play for LFC in a competitive match in a very long time. But one thing that we saw during the first half was the game of LFC was drifting in between playing very well and not kind of playing well. The consistency was drifting in and out. And it could be because these guys haven't played with each other before, you know, for a long time, as much, especially when we have kids like Gordon and Bradley in the match. It could throw, you know, when you look on the left side was pretty consistent. It's just the right side where that things were not going on as well. Norwich, you know, their formation was 3-5-2. So they had spread the game out. They were playing the wide, their wing backs, and they attacked. They attacked pretty well. They created some chances. But one thing that I'm realizing with LFC is teams will create chances, but our defenders do not panic. And that is good to see that the same thing that happens when BVD and Matip are playing, that's the same thing that happens when our backup center backs are playing. I think they need to take care of the ball a little bit well, or the midfield breaks down a lot. That's the problem. And now, 42nd minute, naturally, yeah, in the 42nd minute, Bradley had the rash attack, and of course he's young, so he made a mistake in the box. They get a penalty kick. Guess what? Kelleher saves it with his foot. Gomez was there, blocked it twice, and then I guess Tsimikas or somebody cleared the ball off the line. So we went into the first half with a clean sheet. Second half came in, Tyler came on for Naby. Now during the first half, Naby we had a counter attack and he gave a very bad pass. And he came out like he kicked the ground, and that is very painful. So Klopp didn't want to risk it. So it was just a precaution. He's not really injured. They just don't, we know Naby. So we didn't want to, we didn't want to risk it. So Tyler came in for him. He was playing the 6, which allowed Jones to be able to move around as the 8 and 10, and the game opened up. We were able to control the ball a little bit. I'm very impressed with Tyler, and then Gordon was doing well. He's playing as a 16-year-old big grown man, but when he comes into the midfield, he plays way better than when he's on the right side. That starts to tell me something that left and right, especially Mane and Salah, when we don't have players who play very well. Origi can do that. He's better when he's in the middle. Elliott, yeah, he's an attacker, but when he was on the right, he wasn't doing too well. But when we brought him in the middle, the boy was shining. That formation, there's something that we need to pay attention to, 50th minute, crossing coming from Tsimikas, sweet header from Origi back in the net. The game was going back and forth, it was wide. It was a very entertaining match, for the neutrals, you're going to enjoy this because the game was wide open, back and forth. They were creating chances. Our defense was playing well. We were misplacing some few passes. And then, Taki get a chance and then he put it in for his second goal. I'm very happy for the guy. He was also drifting in and out of the match, but he was very impressive today. Hendo and Robo came in. When they came in, they kind of slowed down the game, and the game was a little more subdued and controlled. But hey, for the night, good game. I was pretty impressed with the kids, especially Tyler, Bradley, and Gordon. Yeah, they played like young, they were playing with grandfathers, but they did very well. Gordon, that kid is going to be special. Tyler, we need to watch out for that kid. He's that midfield, he controlled it pretty well in the second half. Bradley also did very well on the right back position. He would need some meat and work his game hard, but he's a talent for sure. We may not need to go purchase a right back to sub for, to deputize Trent, because, we can't find another Trent. But anyway, that was the match. Simple Carabao Cup match, there was a lot of other matches. I'm not going to focus on that. There are too many of them. So now let's get down to LFC business. Bobby, we heard that Bobby is back in training, so we expect him to play a role on this Saturday's match with Brentford, which is going to be something, because that match is very special, and I'll get back to that. But hey guys, please subscribe, share, like. Come on, get those likes up, get those subs up. Elliott also, we heard the good news that he's recovering pretty well, although the surgery was a few days ago, I think about 10 days now. We heard that he's doing pretty well, so that's good to hear. So they're expecting him to be back for this season. So that tells me that the surgery wasn't for his Achilles. That was more for his damaged ligament down his foot. So that's good news to hear. Big game on Saturday. Like I was saying earlier, the reason why it's a big game on Saturday is because Chelsea and City are playing each other. One team is gonna drop points. We already know City already dropped some more points. But we know this coming this Saturday, either both teams gonna drop points or one of them gonna drop points. So this match with Brentford is a very crucial match. This is like Liverpool playing Manchester United or playing one of them big clubs. We have to take it as much. They are excited. This is the biggest game they're going to be playing their stadium because we are Liverpool. And it's a brand new stadium from what I heard. And they're going to come in rocking. That house is going to be rocking. There's going to be a lot of pressure. We saw what they did to Arsenal. And that means we have to go in ready. So I'm expecting this game to be, it's going to be cracking. It's going to be popping out there. So we need that 3 points due to the two teams who are playing each other. Excuse me. We know for a fact that Thiago is going to miss that match. You know, he had that calf injury on our Saturday match with Crystal Palace. So we expect him. From what we heard, they don't think it's serious. So maybe by next week, he'll be back. Hopefully by the time we play City, he'll be good to go. So guys, you know, today's LFC Vibes is very simple, you know, Carbo Cap, LFC business that we had, nothing much going on. A lot of teams are paying attention to us now. They're realizing that we are under the radar. Hey, all the 19 teams can win the league. We are going to be the only team that can. So we want you guys to keep that same energy. I promise you, you guys are going to be having different songs when that time comes. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Subscribe, like, share, Quessy Bold, Archie, Peace.